The size, scope, and scale of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantamania is allegedly one of the biggest in terms of how much we're gonna see from the MCU. And on top of this, multiple people have reported that Marvel truly believes that they have one of the best scripts they've ever written for a Marvel film. So being fully transparent with you guys, the cynic in me says that I don't believe this. Partially because it seems like every single film, no matter what, they have to say this, no matter what, right? We saw this with Black Adam, we saw this with Wakanda Forever, we saw this with Love and Thunder, we saw this with Batman, we've seen this with every comic book film this year, and they're gonna keep saying it. Also, a part of me, and I think many of you guys know if you listen to the podcast, know that I love the Ant-Man films. Like, I actually think they're really good. I just don't think that they're as terrible as many people make them out to be. And I personally love the smaller, no pun intended, scale of them and how much more personal they are. But allegedly, that's not the goal here with this third film. And according to people who have seen more of the film, gotten some of the leaked script details and what internally they were saying, this film took a long time to get off the ground and get it right because they wanted everything to be grandiose. They wanted this to be one of the tightest scripts they've ever had. They wanted the film to be one of the best that Marvel has ever made. And apparently they believe that they got it here. And it's not just from the script is good standpoint. Allegedly, it's the actors and how they're performing in this. It's Kang's involvement. It's the personal stakes. It's what it does for the entirety of the MCU. It's how big it's going to go, despite the fact that obviously it's a small film because they're in the quantum realm. But allegedly, this thing is apparently like top tier MCU. And I've said it before, I have nothing against the Ant-Man films. Again, I love them. I know some people hold this grudge against the Ant-Man films that they'll never get over because Edgar Wright didn't do it. And if it ain't right, it ain't right. Yeah, I know it's stupid, but they still say that. Look, just take it for what it is. The Ant-Man films, I get it. They weren't for everybody. Some of the humor didn't stick. But compare some of the humor we've had in those films to some of the recent humor in other films. I think you'll agree that it's far better, more tasteful, and works better because of the comedic nature and the character that is Scott Lang and how Paul Rudd brings that comedy to his character. I think it works better than something like Thor, for example. So I 100% believe that this will be one of their best films. And I believe that because I like the other two, and I believe it because this film looks absolutely incredible. And also because Jonathan Majors is an absolutely incredible actor. And if you want to see his true range, don't just watch Creed that he's in. Go watch Lovecraft Country that was on HBO Max. The dude is so talented that I believe that he can make this version of Kang completely different and something that makes the other version of Kang we saw in Loki look like a complete joke. And I believe he will.